Hi guys, Carrie Millspaw here. I want to invite you to celebrate with me 10 years of choosing Carrie, 10 years of finding me, 10 years of giving me permission to be me. Of course, a little book plug, but there's more on this, okay? So stay with me. 10 years ago, back in 2007, I chose to find Carrie. You know, sometimes we get to that stage where we lose ourselves. And let me just sit with me for a minute, because if this is you, I'm speaking to you. And if it's not you, I'm giving you a big red flag warning that it could be you, okay? Could be you. We've all been there, okay? So, and I just want to put a disclaimer in there. I'm not pro-divorce, I'm pro-happy. But 10 years ago, I walked away from everything. And what does everything look like? 10 years ago, 2007, I'm 33 years old. And I chose to just sort of wake up. I shouldn't say I chose anything. I snapped. And that looks like I snapped from the outside looking in as well. But I did. And sometimes it looks that way because we've made such a quick shift that we freak people out. Like, what the heck? What's going on? I don't even know you anymore. And you just kind of unravel a little bit, but it looks kind of like your life's blowing up. But at the same time, it really is falling into place. It's falling into place. I promise. I promise. I promise. So I was a stay-at-home mom, Sunday school teacher. I was part of the committee of MOPS, which is Mothers of Preschoolers at my church. I was in the choir. I was that good little girl in the suburbs, you know, that doing everything what everybody else says you're supposed to do and living the life I thought everyone wanted me to live and expected of me. This is back in the Midwest, you know, it's kind of the mindset. And it's a lot of people's mindset. You marry your high school sweetheart, you have a baby, you get a good job, life is good. You go through the motions of life. Well, what can happen a lot of time in that complacency level is you start to lose who you are, who you came to become. Let that sit with you for a minute. Who did you come to become? I know that sounds weird, but we were all put on this planet for a reason. There's a job. There's a purpose. There's a role you're supposed to play here. Your life was not in vain. Whatever you went through in life was not in vain. There's a purpose for it. I hope you hear me on that. I hope you hear me. There's a reason you're here, and it's your job to figure that out, not squish it down. Because if you do, it'll keep showing up, and it'll look like to everyone else that you snapped, like my life, like my past experience. 10 years ago, I was so shy and introverted, you couldn't even get me to talk up in a Bible study if anyone asked, you know, my opinion on something or asked me a question. I would pray, please don't call on me, please don't call on me. Which is odd because I had 3 years of theater in high school. I was an outgoing, bubbly teenager working in a retail shop called Contempo Casuals in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Super fun. I loved it. I was very outgoing. Then I got married and something just kind of happened. It's like I turned off my personality. Or I gave myself permission to turn it off and stop being Carrie. Then you have a child and you really lose yourself. And there's no rule, it doesn't say anywhere in the Bible, guys, don't fight me on this, that says you need to give up you when you become a spouse or a parent. In fact, that's the worst thing you can do because you're showing your child you don't matter. So what are they going to do? Repeat that behavior over and over again. If mom doesn't matter, then I must not matter either. Or I'm supposed to be this too. And I love my mom. I have a great relationship with my mom. But she's the ultimate poster child of sacrifice. She'll put her own needs last all the time. I remind her, Mom, what do you want? You got to do what you want. She's changed a lot, trust me. Poor girl has a coach for a daughter, is going to just push it in her face anyway. Love my mom. But she showed us a pattern that being last and letting yourself be a doormat for people at times, and that icky energy of not choosing yourself over and over and over again is not a good pattern to show your children. I want you to give yourself permission to be you. Be you, be you, be you all day long. Please, please, please show us all your fun, unique parts. So what did I leave? I left 10 acres of my dream property in Traverse City, Michigan, which is my hometown. 6 minutes from the beach. It's back to when you start to pull out from the 10 wooded acres. Literally, it was just a downhill drive all the way to the bay, East Bay. You could see the blue. You know, that beautiful drive down for those of you that have been in that area or even know how pretty it is to just live by water and you're like, ah, we can see it. We're almost there. Just sit, literally couldn't miss it. Boop, land at the beach. I had 3 properties that were rental properties and a 4th property that was our home that we lived in for 12 years as a married couple. I walked away from all of that. All of it. My marriage was a loveless, empty relationship. I had begged my ex-husband to get counseling. He just was an emotional robot. He just never felt connected. And when you're an empath like me, super emotional and connected to source and energy, and everything's a feeling or an emotion, as you walk through life through your own intuition, it's very hard to be married to somebody like that doesn't get that energy. So regardless of that, we have a great relationship to this day. Didn't back then, of course, but today we're great co-parents to my baby girl. So long story short, I lost myself and I chose to pick up the pieces and move forward. I walked away from all of that, left it all behind, literally foreclosed, short sale, whatever, get it all gone. Sold stuff like crazy. I was in a haze. In fact, I don't even remember a lot of pieces. As you go through life sometimes and you do snap like that, like I did, you'll put the blinders on and just focus on what you need to do and move forward, which is what I did. So I moved 2,000 miles away, got a new car, drove it all the way to Las Vegas, got a moving van, picked up and moved here in Vegas. And that's where the journey truly began. Was it an exciting journey? No. There was a lot of peaks and a lot of valleys, a lot more valleys than peaks. Doesn't that make you angry sometimes? And you're like, what? I'm in here again? What's with the valley? And a part of you's like, not okay, not okay. I want to get back to that peak again where it's fun and look back and see where I came from. So through that journey, I have learned what it takes to truly be you. Be confident. I never would have dreamt 10 years ago if you would have said, Carrie, this is what's going to happen to your life. It's going to be bumpy, but you're going to have your own business. You're going to be a published author. You're going to be a public speaker. You're going to have multiple different companies, multiple streams of income, speaking agency, digital media agency, working with clients, doing all kinds of fun things all over the planet. I never would have dreamt it. I would have been like, well, she sounds like kind of a fun girl. Introduce me. Who is that Carrie girl? She sounds kind of cool. That sounds like a fun life. I never would have dreamt it, in all honesty. I never would have ever in a million years thought I'm going to be this independent woman. I never thought I'd still be single, I'll tell you that. But 10 years later, super independent, in love with life, create, making money the way I want to make money, doing what I truly love and living life on my own terms. I never would have dreamt I had the confidence to do that. So that's where I'm here today to tell you guys, confidence. What would it take for you to create more confidence in your life? In fact, how many of us have read my book? A lot of you guys watching this have already had this book. If you're like me, you'll read a book and you'll set it aside. And my library over here is full of books that's got little sticky tags in it and highlighted and little clip notes, little stickers sticking out of the parts I love. But I still, when I set it aside, it doesn't quite sink in. Some parts do, but there's something about hearing it and taking it and doing it, that kinesthetic approach, that hands-on training where truth truly sticks with you. So I went deeper with this book, and I've got 6 more books, guys. I like the number 7. It's a sign of completion, right? I have 6 more book titles I'm working on right now. I've got the titles already and the outlines. We're writing one at a time. We're going to publish them over the next 2 years, okay? Maybe longer. Who knows? We'll just have fun with it. You know, it's all about the destination. I'm sorry, it's all about the journey. Spoken like a true driven woman. It's all about the destination, damn it. No journey here, but it's all about the journey. So I created this beautiful 6-week course. It's an audio course where we take you through module 1 is really who am I? That's what it's called. Who am I? Because in all honesty, we can't give you permission to be you if you don't know who you are. So I have you take an assessment, and then we do a training on just that assessment so you understand yourself, how you're wired. Who am I? How am I wired? It'll help you understand everybody else around you as well. A different level of compassion for people and how they are the way they are and who they are will help you relate to them better, help you relate to yourself better, help you just understand how the world ticks, how it runs, how it goes around on its axis all together. And that's just the first 2 weeks, okay? Then we take it even deeper than that and go inward before we go outward. Will we talk about appearances? Absolutely. If you're like me, I was told, I talk too much, sit down and shut up, that kind of thing. Or if you're like me, you maybe were said you're just too bubbly, you're too perky. I have to take Excedrin just to be around her. Her energy's so powerful. I took that offensively and I went inward as a person. I thought, well, gosh, I don't want to be too much. Are you too much like me? Guess what? We end up being leaders, so it's all good. Be too much right along with me. Be a part of my tribe. And just a heads up, if you're not a part of my permission to be me tribe on Facebook, please find it. I'm going to put the link below this video, okay? Please come play with us, all right? It's just a free group of support. And I'm going to put the link to this 6-week course as well. You need to get this, guys, because confidence is what will change your whole life, okay? That's when everything matters. Everything shifts. This 6-week course is also a self-study course. You can do it in 6 weeks. You can do it in six months. You can do it in 6 days if you're like me and want to get right to the finish line. That's your personality. But we're going to go outward slowly, and I'm going to more than likely remold and reshape you and remind you that you get to be you. I'm going to give you the tools you need to really discover who that is, and then how can you take this to the next level? Where in your life will more confidence show up in a positive way? Will it help you leave the relationship that no longer serves you and is hurting you and pulling you backwards like it did me? Will it give you the confidence to go after the promotion? Ask for the raise that you deserve. Maybe change jobs altogether. Maybe it'll give you enough confidence, like it did me, to quit the corporate life and jump into my business full time. Did that back in 2014. So what part of confidence is the one area that can give you what you need moving forward? See, I give clients all day long tools, strategies, what to do, what not to do. And guess what happens? A lot of the time they just stay stuck. Like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm stuck in self-doubt mode where I don't know if I can jump forward. And it's frustrating as a coach when you can see everything they get to become and you see the potential and the brand and everything they have, all these gifts to give to the planet. But the one thing that's keeping them from pulling the trigger is lack of confidence, literally. Self-doubt shows up. Low self-esteem shows up. What will people say about me? Will I be judged? What's going to show up if I put myself out there? Am I a fraud? All these stupid stories start to show up in our heads that keep us small. But when you're confident in who you are, and that's the truth, when you're confident in who you are, seriously, get the link in the comments, guys. Get this audio course now. It's going to walk you through this. It's going to walk you through what you need. Confidence will help you leave that bad relationship. It'll help you step into what you want. It'll help you date better people. It'll help you not get so caught up in the external. When I speak on stage, it's not about Carrie. It's about who can I touch today? Whose life can I just reignite and remind them how powerful they are? Who do I get to just light their fire? I feel like a fire starter some days, going around reigniting and reminding people of who they are and why they're here, who they get to become. Please be you. Give yourself permission. Just give yourself permission already. It's okay. The world will thank you, because when you give yourself permission, you give other people's permission to do the same thing, just like I'm doing here. It's a ripple effect, guys. I'm not special. I'm not more loved by God. I'm not cuter or funnier. I'm none of those things. I'm just a girl from the Midwest that chose to say, you know what? My soul is dying. I gotta do this. And I didn't even know why. I just had to do it. Carrie died somewhere along the way. A part of her just died. It's not like I had the worst life on the planet, but when you don't live and out your soul purpose and give that permission for that inside to be seen authentically, fully, a piece of you feels like a fraud every day. You're plastering on that smile, hoping for the best, but you're not truly living out your pure joy. Nothing feels better than just saying, you know what? No, thank you. Not going to that today. Doesn't serve me. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel yummy. It's going to be more negative energy than positive energy. Nothing feels better than dating people that are, no, sorry, you don't quite meet the requirement I'm looking for. I know myself really, really well. I know myself so much that I give myself permission to be sexy and single and fun and happy. And I give myself permission to be fearless because I know what I'm capable of. Cannot wait to get those books out, by the way. Those are some of the book titles that I'm releasing in the next couple of years. So I finally did it because so many people asked for it. I've got the 6-week audio version of me teaching you side by side. Again, it's a self-study course. You can do it at your own pace. You don't have to try to squeeze in calls during the day or try to do your homework at this certain time. So there's not that much accountability, but you get to do it on your own terms, which is what I like to do. And I'm a big advocate for programs I can buy and do at my own terms or revisit over and over again. I have them saved all on my computer here. So I love those kind of courses. You can do that. Give yourself the gift this year of confidence and courage, because that's going to change your whole next year, the whole new year. It's going to look totally different if you have the courage to jump, make the leap, pull the trigger, whatever that looks like for you. More confidence to stand up for yourself. More confidence to say no and just let it be no. It's a complete sentence. What will that look like for your life? What will that look like for you when you say, you know what, I want this. I'm not comparing myself to any more people. I'm not going to look at other people that are more successful than me and give myself permission to shut down and turn off. I'm going to give myself permission to step up my game, pull it forward, pay it forward like I am. I didn't go through 10 years of learning and self-development just to keep it to me. I see too many women out there struggling with these challenges that just don't need to be there. They don't need to be there. A lot of them are created in your own head. And those beliefs in yourself, once that strength is there, no one can take it from you. No one. Not even bad relationships, which I don't allow into my life anymore. Link in the comments, guys. There's 2 packages you can purchase. You can get the 6-week course on its own, or you can get the VIP course, which is 2 private sessions with me. So we can coach you along the way, and you get to choose when you want those 2 private sessions. Think of them as banked. You get links to my calendar. You get to have that VIP time with me. So there's 2 ways to do this. You can do it on your own, or you can do it on your own with a little extra help, a little extra boost with my intuition. Sometimes we can't see the picture when we're in the frame. We need that outside perspective to help us find who we truly are. Even though you leave telltale signs all over the place of who you are, but sometimes, again, we don't see the picture when we're in the frame. We need that outside perspective. So I offer that too, so that you get some private VIP time with me. Let me dig into your energy a little bit, take a deep dive with you, and discover who you truly are. And then let's bring her out, okay? Bring her out. Give her permission so that she's not just this person, but she's this crazy, sexy person on the back, right? I'm like, she's kind of fun. I like her boots. Give yourself permission to be you, okay? The new year's coming. I want to see so many people just raise their level of consciousness, raise their level of awareness, and step into leadership mode. You can lead from anywhere. It could be your church, your school, could be your community, could be your neighborhood, could be your job, could be your business. How can you step into that role and be a leader for someone? Inspire someone else today. And I can tell you, you can do it once you give yourself permission to be you. And the rest falls into place. Big hugs, big love, guys. Please get this course. Do it for you. I put a lot of thought and energy into this. It's my gift to you. Big hugs, big love, guys.